guys, it's Sarah. Today we are going to start a reading vlog, and this concept just kind of popped into my head a couple days ago. Now, as many of you know, if you saw my life update that I put up recently, I just had surgery. I had some kidney stones removed from one of my kidneys, and that surgery was very successful. They got everything out that they needed. It went beautifully, basically. And I am home recovering now. So thank you all so much for your overwhelming messages and comments and gifts. A couple of you guys sent me books, which you did not have to do. I've already yelled at you. But thank you guys for that. And I am now home and recovering. It's been 5 days since my surgery. So I spent the weekend, with my family and just hanging out and doing some reading. But my family has been amazing in, just making sure I'm not doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing. And I'm listening. Now, however, it's Monday and my family has to go back to their lives. My girls are back at school. My husband is at work. And I'm finding myself here at the house by myself from about 8 in the morning to probably 11:30, 12 in the afternoon. My husband is in a school here and his schedule is mornings. So half of their class goes in the morning, half of their class goes in the afternoon, and they go in person. They were doing virtually, they're in person now. So now he is going to be at work every morning this week, and my girls are at school. So that is a whole lot of quiet time for Sarah. And I thought, I have to be taking it easy anyway. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I purposefully have downtime this week. So I thought that I would spend these quiet hours doing nothing but reading, and that I would vlog it and see how much I can read. Just having this 100% uninterrupted time is going to be amazing. So I want to take advantage of it. And I have some books that I put up on Instagram for the books that I'm planning to read this week. So I'm going to concentrate on those. And we're going to vlog the morning hours. So this is going to be me recovering in the mornings and doing as much reading as I can. And I definitely want to keep you posted on what I am reading. So I have already started this one here. This is The House I Loved by Tatiana de Rosnay. This is one that I picked out of my TBR jar for my lowest rated. And it's also one that Lindsay sent me for our Advent book exchange, which was awesome. I started listening to this morning while I was making my coffee and making my breakfast and eating, and my girls were getting ready for school. I tend to have my earpiece in my ear and I'm listening to an audiobook. And I was able to listen to 57 pages, I believe. Yes, I got to 57. So I started it this morning, listened to 57 pages before, my kids even went to school, which is really awesome. So this has started. I'm glad I'm doing this on audiobook because there is a whole lot of French words in here. And it's talking about this house that our main character Rose lives in Paris in the 1800s. And so she's talking a lot about the city and, the streets and all the things in Paris. And I would not have been able to pronounce half these words. So I'm glad I'm listening to it because I'm getting that pronunciation that's correct. 57 pages read in this already. And right now, while I'm sitting here, I'm going to be working on Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. So this is one that was on my middle grade March TBR. I wasn't able to get to it, and it's something I really want to get to. It is on my 21 books I want to read this year. So, definitely a priority. And I have already started it. I started it over the weekend. So I'm already 100 pages in. From here on out, I will keep track of how many pages I read for this reading vlog. But I'm really enjoying it so far. Our main character, Sophie, has learned that she's an elf. She's 12 years old. She is a prodigy living in San Diego and knows that something is different about her because she can hear people's thoughts. And it's something that really overwhelms her and gives her headaches. And it's something she's been able to do since she was 5 years old when she hit her head. And so she thought that kind of triggered everything, but come to find out, she's actually an elf. So she's learning some new things about herself, and we're getting into her trying to see if she qualifies for this prestigious academy in this elven world that she has learned she's actually from. So she is trying to figure out her life. She has no clue that this was all even a thing versus her actually being part of this world. So that's where I am right now, and I'm going to keep going. I'm enjoying it. It is a quick read because, you know, it is middle grade and the font is big and the margins are big. So I'm able to kind of fly through it when I have time to sit down and really concentrate on it, which is what I have right now. So I'll be happy to see how far I can get in this today. Now today, Monday, I'm going to read until about 10:45 because I do have a Zoom call at 11 for a scrapbooking class that I'm taking. That is a year-long type thing, and we have 2 Zooms a month, and I have one this morning. So it is 8:20 right now when I'm getting started. So I'm going to go for about 2.5 hours or so this morning to read. So I will update you when it's time for me to start getting ready for my Zoom and let you know how far I get. But yeah, I'm very excited to have this uninterrupted quiet time to read, and I 100% plan to take full advantage of it. Hey guys, okay, so I am done for today because I need to start getting ready for my Zoom, but I read 100 pages. Easy, just sitting down in this session. I'm on page 202 right now, so I've read exactly 100 pages, like 101, and I'm really enjoying this, you guys. So this has one of my favorite tropes, which is like a magical school where our main character is learning abilities and, you know, learning about this world and what the magic system is and what she does and learning skills. I love that kind of stuff. So I did not realize that was in here. So that's a nice surprise, but I'm really enjoying it. It's fast paced, it's funny, and yeah, so having a good time with this one. And again, easily flew through 100 pages this morning. So that's exciting. So today I read 156 pages between this one and that one, 157. I'm going to say I read 101 in this one. And yeah, so that's pretty awesome for one nice morning reading session. So I'm going to go about my Monday and do other things. And we will convene back here tomorrow for some more reading. Hey guys, okay, so Tuesday morning, I listened to more of The House I Loved by Tatiana de Rosnay. I'm officially halfway through this book now, so I listened this morning again. And this is okay so far. I don't know, like it's told in a lot of letters, and it's told like somebody speaking to somebody else, not just the reader. Like I don't know, some of them are letters, some of them are a narrator talking to another character, but it's not told like novel form. It's really kind of weird, to be honest with you. And there's so many French words that I'm kind of getting lost in that a little bit, which I understand. It's set in Paris. But I don't know. I think it's good that I'm listening to it. If I were reading this, I think I would be struggling, to be honest. So, yeah, but the chapters are extremely short. They're like 1 or 2 pages each. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure where we're heading yet. It's fine. I'm getting to know the characters, but it's fine so far. Okay, so now ready to get into Keeper of the Lost Cities again. And I'm on page 202. So the halfway point, I think, is going to be 240 something. Okay, there's 488. So 244 would be the halfway point for this. So I'm going to be halfway here very soon. My goal today is to read another 100 pages. That would be fantastic. It is 8:40 right now when I'm sitting down to get started, and I'm planning to go till like 11:30, 12. And after that, I do have like some video editing I would like to get done. So yeah, but I'm gonna give myself a few hours here to read. Hopefully I can get another 100 pages in. Got my snuggle buddy here ready to go. And I'm excited to get back into this because I'm really enjoying it. Hey guys, I'm officially halfway through this book and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. I'm enjoying seeing Sophie at this school and learning some skills that she's being taught, and then realizing she has some deeper abilities that nobody knew about, and some abilities that are considered a higher power, if you will. Just some abilities she, based on her age and her skill set, she shouldn't be able to have, or she shouldn't be able to access, but she does. So we're really learning how special Sophie actually is. But I'm enjoying it. There's been some pretty funny parts, and she's starting to build some friendships, so I'm enjoying that as well. And yeah, it's good. So I'm officially halfway through. It is a little bit after 10 o'clock. I'm hungry, so I think I'm gonna make myself a snack and then sit down and read for a little bit more. Got some cranberry juice, which is very healthy for my kidneys, so I'm gonna have some of that. And then I have these little mozzarella prosciutto roll-ups and a stroop waffle, which is my favorite sweet treat ever. It's a Dutch caramel waffle, basically. Oh, so good. This is the box that it looks like. The caramel is my favorite, but I got this at Walmart, so you can get these anywhere, but they're usually where the cookies are, or if there's international foods or something. But I used to eat these all the time when I lived overseas with my parents when we were growing up, and they are so good. Okay guys, so I actually ended up reading 150 pages today. I read up to 352. So I only have a little over 100 pages left in this book, and I'm really, really enjoying it. A lot of things are starting to come to light. A lot of things are starting to be hinted at about Sophie and what's really going on with her. She's had a couple brushes with very dangerous situations, and I'm really enjoying it. And there's also, you know, it's middle grade. There's some little crushes happening amongst her and some of her friends and stuff. So that's been interesting too. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's fast paced, going really nicely. I'm hoping maybe to finish this tomorrow. But for right now, I'm gonna stop and do some other things I need to do. But definitely enjoying this and happy that I was able to read a little bit more and really hope that I can finish it tomorrow. Good morning. It is Wednesday. Today has been a little bit different. I actually sat down to read a little bit before turning on my camera. My husband went to work a little bit later than normal today. So, I was also like talking to him and stuff. But this morning I did read more of The House I Loved. So I think I listened to 70-ish pages this morning, which is nice. So I'm getting very close to being done with that. I think I have about 50 pages left. So I do plan to finish that tomorrow morning, which is awesome. And I have started reading Keeper of the Lost Cities. So let me tell you where I am with that. I've actually only read about 10 pages or so, but I do plan to finish this today. So I have about 120 pages left now, which I was able to read a little bit more than that yesterday. So I'm hoping to do the same thing today and to finish this because I'm really interested in what's happening. Some things are going on in the human world that are directly related to Sophie and the elven world. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to play out and see what's going on with that. And yeah, I'm totally here on this train with this book. So I'm excited to finish it out today, and that's going to be my plan. Okay guys, I just finished Keeper of the Lost Cities, and I really, really like this a lot. I'm thinking I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It did start off a little bit, almost a little bit cheesy, I think, in some of the dialogue, but I could feel as the book we got deeper into the story, it got less that way. So I'm like, it's not enough for me to knock off a star. But it was action-packed. So much happened in here. We learned a whole lot about Sophie, and I really liked the way that this ended. I liked it. There's a whole lot of questions we still have, and I'm excited to keep going in this series. Like, I really like this. I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I really liked it. I thought this was really, really strong. So, and I can only imagine they get better from here, which is gonna be awesome. So yay, 1 book down. And tomorrow I am planning to finish The House I Loved. So that will be 2 books. And then I'm going to start The Simple Wild tomorrow, which I'm very excited to read. So, all right. Yeah, but high recommend from this if you guys have not read this one yet. I need this right now. Hey guys, okay. It is Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Oh my gosh. Okay, I finished this book this morning. I had about 30 minutes left on the audiobook. So I finished it up, and I hesitate to say I enjoyed it because I kind of didn't. It was just kind of there. The story didn't really make an impact on me at all. It's about a woman in the 1800s living in Paris. It's at the time when Paris was getting kind of demolished and rebuilt up to what it is today. And so they were taking down all the houses and all the buildings and just basically rebuilding everything. And she lived in her house there, and she refused to leave her house. She didn't want to leave her house, and basically staged almost a protest. I think I would have appreciated it better if it was told in a way that was more like a novel instead of told through letters, because this is told in letters to and from our main character Rose, but then there's also parts that weren't official letters that she was speaking to her husband who had already passed away. So she was talking to him, and we're reading her talking to him. So she wasn't talking to the reader at all, so I felt like I was more just a bystander, just like, I don't know. It was weird. I think it was hard to connect to it because of that, the way that it was written. So I would say that. And I didn't care one way or the other about the house and about the people, mainly maybe because I didn't feel like I was being told the story in a successful way. Does that make sense? I hope so. And again, the language, so many French words, which makes sense because it's in Paris, but I definitely found myself kind of stumbling over them a lot and just like, okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to give this a 2. And it is my lowest rated book. So I guess I'm agreeing with the masses on this one. Not to say that she's not a good writer. She really is. She's a great writer. I just don't think I don't think this particular story was told in a way that was really successful for me. So yeah. Okay, but this one is done. And now I'm going to get started on The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. So this one, I think I picked it for a hyped book. And this one is also on my 21 books I want to read in 2021. So this one is on that list, so I'm super excited for it, and it's just been one I've wanted to read for a very long time. I've heard amazing things about it. And we're gonna go ahead and get started on this today. So between today and tomorrow, we'll see how much of this I can read. I did have a slow start to my morning. It's 10:30 right now because I had some things I just needed to get done, and I needed to get them, like, kind of first thing I needed to get them done. So. But I have everything done now, and I'm ready to just sit and read for a while. So I'm gonna literally sit here and read until my husband gets home, basically. So hopefully I can knock out a decent sized chunk in this, and I'll let you know how it goes. Hey guys, okay, so I think I'm gonna call my reading good for today. My mind is definitely wandering. I keep putting the book down. Not the book's fault, my fault. I keep putting it down. I'm letting my mind wander a little bit too much. So I think I just need to kind of zone out a little bit. So I think I'm gonna watch some booktube videos and just kind of call it a day. I think my brain is just needing to shut down a little. But I did read 30 pages of this. I really like the writing, and yeah, so not a whole lot has happened, basically. I mean, it's 30 pages in, but it's, setting up everything. But I will concentrate on it more tomorrow, hopefully. Today's just been kind of interesting. I just have a lot on my mind, just things, and then I'm having a hard time concentrating on reading. So I think I'm just gonna zone out a little bit and get back to it tomorrow. So definitely not the best reading quantity wise today, but I did finish a book. So, you know, it's not a total bust today. I just don't think I'm in the right headset for it right now. So I'll get back to it tomorrow. No big deal. So yeah. All right. I will see you again tomorrow morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Last day for this reading vlog. Next week I'm gonna have to get back to a little bit somewhat more of a normal schedule for me, which is totally fine. I've enjoyed this week just really taking it easy and relaxing as much as I can. I'm still gonna be taking it more easy next week, but I am gonna start slowly getting into normal routine, which is what the doctor told me to do. So, you know, nothing too crazy, but don't sit on your butt all day either. I did not sleep well last night, so it's an extra large cup of coffee day today. This is a mug I got in Florida at a craft fair. It was like handmade. Like, it's amazing, but also very heavy. So, but I love it. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so Simple Wild, getting into it today. So I left off yesterday on page 32. So yeah, yesterday was not the best for my reading, but that's okay. I just needed to take a little bit of a break and just kind of zone out, which is exactly what I did, and it was good. But today's the last day that I'm gonna be sitting here for a number of hours doing nothing but reading. So I wanna take advantage of that and try to knock out as much of this as I can today. So we'll see how it ends up going. I do like the writing so far. So this follows Kala, and she's 26, living with her mom and her stepdad, and her biological father, she finds out that he is sick and he lives in Alaska. And so actually the opening part of the book shows, the prologue shows her parents separating and why they're separating. So I really liked that. I appreciated that. And all that happened when she was like a year and a half. So she doesn't remember anything. She doesn't remember her dad. So she's really never met him. And a little bit throughout the book, you're seeing her kind of like reflect on disappointments she's had with him and why they don't really talk and all that stuff. So you kind of see a little bit of that progression, which is great. But she did just find out that he is sick, and she is considering going to Alaska to get to know him a little bit before it's too late. So she's kind of trying to make that decision right now. And if you know the premise of the book, she does end up going. But yeah, so I am enjoying it definitely, and excited to keep on going and see what I think. But yeah, so wish me luck that I can knock out a big chunk of this today. We'll see. I don't have any goals. I'm just gonna see. All right. So I'm definitely hitting a point where I think I'm done reading for right now. I'll probably definitely pick this up like maybe later today and over the weekend and all that good stuff. But I think for this vlog, I'm going to call it good for now. But I did get to page 81. The last chapter just ended on page 80. I have hit the point where Kala is in Alaska. She just landed. She hasn't even met her dad yet. But I think that that's going to be coming up in the next scene probably. But so the pilot that flew her from getting out to where her dad lives in Alaska is quite the trip. It's quite a few different plane rides. And her final one was a teeny tiny charter plane. And Jonah was the pilot, and that is who becomes her love interest in this book. And oh my gosh, this is going to be a hate to love, and I'm so excited. I think I had heard that before anyway, but hate to love is one of my favorite tropes. So, but the way he was talking to her, kind of made me go, as a woman, I should be angry about this, but I'm kind of not. Like, I'm very intrigued by him. So it's going to be one of those things, definitely, where they just kind of hate each other and then eventually they'll get together. But so the way that Jonah is described in here, I am picturing Charlie Hunnam in that role, and I'm very happy about that. I loved him in Sons of Anarchy. Oh my gosh, that show was so great. But I just kind of went, oh, it's Jax. Oh, I'm so excited now. Like, that's just who popped into my head when he was described. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, so I think I'm going to really enjoy this. I'm just definitely to a point right now, even though I'm only on page 80, and I did want to read a little bit more than that, but my mind is starting to drift a little bit. I'm starting to think of other things. So that's usually a sign that I'm just kind of done reading for right now, which is totally fine. So I will put my final big number of the total number of pages I read during this reading vlog, during my morning quiet hours. It's a good number. I'm happy with it, even though yesterday wasn't the highest number and today's not the highest number either, but that's okay. It's kind of, you know, you start out really strong usually, and then you start petering out towards the end. At least I do anyway. But I still got a lot read, and I'm really happy about that. And I've been relaxing and sitting on my butt, which is what I'm supposed to be doing. So yeah. All right. So that is a little taste of some of the things I've been reading during my recovery time. I do still have another week where I'm supposed to start doing a little bit more, being a little bit more active, but still nothing over the top. So I have like one more week of recovery till I'm fully recovered and we'll get the green light to go ahead and be normal again. But I'm feeling great, definitely. And every day I feel better. So that's good. The first couple days were a little rougher, but I'm feeling almost like myself again, which is good. And I have to actually remind myself that I'm supposed to still be taking it easy. That's a little hard for me to do. I'm usually pretty active and pretty on the go, but it has been nice just to sit and relax and, you know, concentrate on some really good books that I've been wanting to read. And I think I made some really good progress. When do you guys make time to read? Because here I had to make the time to read. I could have been doing other things. I could have been watching TV. I could have been doing other things, but you know, just knowing myself, I wanted to sit and read. And luckily I've been in a big reading mood lately, so that's good. But let me know when you guys make the time, because now after this, I'm thinking I might need to make more time in the morning when everyone's gone, because we're definitely back to a schedule where I do have alone time in the house now again in the mornings, when I didn't have that for a while. So now I'm thinking maybe in the mornings with my coffee, I should maybe carve out some time to read, not hours and hours the way I've been able to do, but you know, even like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe an hour if I'm really into it, would be kind of nice to start my day that way. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that. We'll see how it goes. But okay, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys again very soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.